Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez eventually went their separate ways, many fans still believe their breakup might have been for the best. Their relationship was filled with drama, endless rumors, and constant scrutiny. But the little moments they shared in interviews remain unforgettable. Back in their teenage years, they faced an extraordinary amount of public pressure. Cameras followed their every move, but Justin often made it clear that he didn't want Selena to feel embarrassed or hidden. In one interview, when asked how they managed to spend time together with so much attention on them, Justin admitted they sometimes had to sneak out of back exits or take alternate routes to avoid the paparazzi. Still, he stressed that he never wanted her to feel like he was ashamed of her. Unlike many in the industry who kept their girlfriends invisible, he promised that if they ever had to escape, they'd escape together. When asked what made Selena so special, Justin's answer came straight from the heart. He said honesty was the most important quality he valued in people, and Selena had one of the kindest, most genuine hearts he had ever known. With her, he felt like he could talk about anything, and that kind of openness meant everything. Justin even revealed the most romantic gesture he'd ever planned for her, renting out the entire Staples Center so they could share a private dinner and watch. Titanic on the big screen, just the two of them. When asked if Selena was impressed, Justin couldn't hide his smile. She definitely was. But their love story wasn't without pain. Justin remembered how hard it was dealing with jealous fans, some of whom went as far as sending Selena death threats. While he always tried to put his fans first, he admitted he couldn't stay single forever just to avoid upsetting them. "I have to live my life and be happy," he explained, even if some people didn't like it. And the love between them was real. Justin once said in an interview, "She's a great woman, and I love her to this day." Words like that made fans wonder what might have happened if things had worked out differently. At one point, he even said, "We started together, so we're going to finish it together," giving people hope they were destined to last. His music only fueled those feelings. Justin admitted that his song All That Matters was written about Selena, describing her as the most important person in his life at the time. He confessed that many of his best songs came directly from the emotions he experienced with her, especially the heartbreak. Writing became his way of processing the pain. Unfortunately, by 2018, their love story officially came to an end. Still, many fans believe that in another version of reality, they might have ended up together. Even Justin seemed to echo this idea when he said he once wrote a song called "If I Would Have Met You in 5 Years." For him, timing was everything. Sometimes you meet the right person at the wrong time. Selena inspired so much of Justin's artistry that even after their breakup, he admitted tracks like Sorry and Mark My Words were linked to her. He explained that reminders of Selena were everywhere, in a smell, a movie, or even a random memory. She wasn't just a first love, she was unforgettable. Selena herself also admitted she cared deeply for Justin long after they split, saying she was upset when he was upset and happy when he was happy. She never wanted anything bad to happen to him. Even when things were complicated, their mutual respect never fully disappeared. Of course, jealousy and heartbreak played their part. Justin once laughed about being shown a picture of Selena with another man, not realizing he was just an actor from one of her videos. His reaction showed that the jealousy came from love, not bitterness. And in those moments, he never failed to admit that Selena would always hold a place in his heart. Still, their on-again, off-again cycle eventually ended. Justin moved on quickly, proposing to someone else just 4 months and 25 days after spending Valentine's Day with Selena. For fans, the speed of that shift only deepened the sense of unfinished business between them. Now, all that remains are memories, interviews, and songs that captured the raw love they once shared. Even though life took them in different directions, their impact on each other is undeniable. For fans, Justin and Selena's story will always be remembered as one of pop culture's most unforgettable romances. Not because it lasted forever, but because it was the kind of first love that never fully fades. What makes their story so unforgettable is how much of it unfolded in front of the world. Every stolen glance at an award show, every cryptic lyric, and every small gesture became part of a larger narrative that fans pieced together like a puzzle. It wasn't just a relationship. It became the love story of a generation, even now. Years later, people still find themselves revisiting old clips, dissecting lyrics, and remembering the way they once looked at each other. The nostalgia is powerful because it reminds people of their own first loves, the ones that felt unshakable, intense, and eternal, only to be tested by time and circumstance. And maybe that's why Justin and Selena's history continues to live on. It's not just about them. It's about the millions who grew up watching, relating, and feeling like they were part of something bigger. Their love story became a mirror, reflecting back the thrill of young romance, the sting of heartbreak, and the bittersweet reality that not every story has a fairy tale ending. For Justin, Selena will always be the girl who inspired some of his most vulnerable music. For Selena, Justin will always be the boy who shaped part of her journey, even if it ended in heartbreak. And for fans, it will always be the story that refuses to fade, the one they'll talk about, revisit, and analyze for years to come. At the heart of it all, Justin and Selena's story isn't just about breakups and reconciliations, it's about growth. Both of them stepped into the spotlight as teenagers, still figuring out who they were, and their relationship unfolded under pressures most people could never imagine. Fame magnified every fight, every reconciliation, every tear, until the world felt like it owned a piece of their love. And yet, instead of crumbling under that weight, both found ways to rebuild. Justin turned to his music, using it as therapy, pouring every ounce of his pain and passion into lyrics that still resonate today. Selena chose healing and self-discovery, reclaiming her independence, and eventually using her platform to advocate for mental health, resilience, and self-love. Their journey proved something rare. Sometimes, the most powerful love stories aren't the ones that last forever, but the ones that shape us, teach us, and leave us changed. Even apart, Justin and Selena remain bound, not by romance anymore, but by the undeniable impact they had on each other's lives. And that's why, years later, people still lean in whenever their names cross. Not because fans believe they'll reunite, but because their story reflects something timeless, the way first love can leave echoes that never fully fade. Even now, years after their final goodbye, the fans haven't let the story rest. Entire online communities still dissect every lyric, every post, and every public appearance, looking for signs of connection. TikTok edits rack up millions of views, blending old clips of Justin and Selena with haunting love songs, while Twitter threads revisit timelines and uncover hidden meanings in their words. It's almost as if the fandom has built its own alternate universe, one where the story never really ended. In that universe, Justin's tattoos, Selena's captions, or even a single emoji can spark fresh waves of speculation. A cherry emoji, a red dress, a cryptic lyric. Nothing goes unnoticed. What makes this unique is the emotional investment. Fans don't just watch from the sidelines. They feel like they've lived this love story with them, and in many ways, they have. From the Staples Center date to the public breakups, the paparazzi photos to the songs that followed, the world was right there. That shared history keeps the fascination alive, because people see themselves in the journey. The highs of first love, the sting of heartbreak, and the struggle to move forward. But it also raises questions. When does a love story stop belonging to the people in it and start belonging to everyone else? And has Justin and Selena's past become less about two people and more about the myth fans have built around them? When you look at where they are now, it seems like they've both carved out very different futures. Justin is married to Hailey, building a quieter, more settled image as a husband, and occasionally stepping back into the spotlight with new music. Selena, on the other hand, is thriving both in her career and personal life, with Benny Blanco by her side and Rare Beauty becoming one of the most successful celebrity brands in the world. And yet, no matter how different their paths are, comparisons never stop. Whenever Hailey posts something, fans rush to match it with something Selena has done before. If Selena makes a red carpet appearance, people are quick to find old photos of Justin by her side and create side-by-side edits. Even their happiest milestones, Justin's marriage and Selena's engagement, are constantly framed in relation to each other. It's almost unfair. Both of them have worked hard to grow past the chaos of their youth, but the world keeps pulling them back into the same storyline. Every move Hailey makes is analyzed through the lens of Selena, and every romantic gesture Benny makes is compared to Justin. It's as if people can't let them just exist separately. Their lives are still locked together in the public imagination. The truth is, that's the price of having lived out your first love in front of millions. For Justin and Selena, it doesn't matter how much time passes or how many new chapters they begin. To the world, they'll always be part of the same unfinished story. For Selena, that unfinished story became fuel. After years of being seen through the lens of her relationship with Justin, she finally shifted the narrative back to herself. She poured her emotions into Lose You to Love Me, a song that didn't just top charts. It became an anthem for anyone who's ever had to let go of a love that defined them. The track wasn't just about heartbreak, it was about rebirth. It showed the world that Selena wasn't stuck in the past. She was using it to build a stronger, more resilient version of herself. Justin's journey, though different, followed a similar path. He openly admitted to struggling after their split, turning to faith, therapy, and music to pull himself out of a spiral. Songs like Ghost and Lonely revealed a vulnerability fans hadn't seen before, with raw confessions about fame, mistakes, and regret. And while his marriage to Hailey became a stabilizing force, those songs made it clear the weight of his history with Selena still shaped him as a person and an artist. In a way, both of them took the ashes of their relationship and turned them into something lasting. Selena found her voice, her independence, and a sense of peace that resonates with fans to this day. Justin discovered accountability, maturity, and a deeper connection to his art. Their love story may have ended, but its lessons continue to echo through their work and their lives. For the fans, the relationship never truly ended. Even though both Justin and Selena moved forward, their supporters built an entire digital universe around them. Edits on TikTok and Instagram continue to stitch together old interviews, lyrics, and candid moments, painting a picture of a love story that fans refuse to let die. A single lyric from Justin's new track, or a casual photo Selena posts, can spark hours of speculation and thousands of comments, connecting the dots back to each other. In fan spaces, they're not just two celebrities who dated. They're the symbol of first love, heartbreak, and the what-if that lingers long after. To this day, people analyze Justin's tattoos, Selena's captions, even the colors they wear at events, searching for hidden messages. It's become bigger than the relationship itself. It's a cultural storyline that refuses to fade because it speaks to something universal. Everyone has that one love they can't fully forget, and for millions, Justin and Selena embody that feeling. What's striking is how this fan-driven narrative often overshadows their current lives. Selena can release a hit series or build her billion-dollar beauty empire, yet headlines still ask about Justin. And Justin can launch a new album or speak about his marriage, but fans will dissect his lyrics for Selena references. Their personal histories have turned into a shared mythology, one that fans keep alive, even if both of them have chosen to move on. For their current partners, the shadow of that history is impossible to ignore. Hailey Bieber has often found herself caught in the middle, with fans comparing her every move to Selena's no matter how unrelated. Whether it's her skincare brand launches, her fashion choices, or even casual social media posts, someone always draws a line back to Selena. For Hailey, it creates a constant battle to define her identity outside of being Justin's wife and Selena's shadow. The scrutiny isn't just invasive, it's exhausting, and it fuels an endless cycle of online hate. On the other side, Benny Blanco has stepped into a similar whirlwind. As Selena's fiancé, he's had to watch her repeatedly pulled back into conversations about Justin. Even when Selena is celebrating new milestones, like award nominations or business triumphs, the narrative often finds a way to circle back to her past. Benny, however, has chosen to stand by her publicly, embracing their relationship without hesitation. He doesn't shy away from posting about their love, and that confidence has helped Selena find stability in the midst of endless noise. What makes this dynamic so striking is the contrast. While Hailey faces backlash and comparisons she never seems to escape, Selena has built a kind of resilience with Benny that feels unshakable. Still, the fact that both of their current relationships are so often defined by a love story that ended years ago shows just how deeply Justin and Selena's past still lingers. It's less about who they are today and more about what they once were. And for their partners, that's a weight they didn't ask to carry, but are forced to shoulder anyway. In the end, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez's story is no longer just theirs. It's a piece of pop culture history that continues to echo in every headline, every lyric, and every glance caught by the cameras. Their past has shaped not only their own lives, but also the way millions of fans see love, heartbreak, and fame. Today, they're walking completely different paths. Justin married, Selena engaged, both building futures that no longer depend on each other. Yet the nostalgia, the memories, and the what-ifs remain. For some, it's a reminder of a first love that will never fade. For others, it's proof that even the brightest romances can become lessons in growth. And maybe that's the real story, not whether they'll ever reunite, but how two young stars survived the storm of growing up in the spotlight and came out stronger on the other side.